What? They sent me the wrong one. This is an M3 Pro. This is M4. They've not even changed the box. I was expecting it to have a nice different box. Apple's unboxing experiences are always nice because it doesn't break a sweat. Is it just me, or does anyone else get really confused on how to spec this thing? I was super confused in terms of which option to go for. M4, M4 Pro, M4 Pro Max, 24 GB, 38 GB, 12 core, 14 core. There's just so many things that are in there when you go to order it. I was super confused. So I hope I've spec'd this correctly. I don't want to buy something that's overpowered. I also don't want to buy something that's underpowered. I've gone with the 14 core, 20 core CPU, GPU version, 1 terabyte. I really hope this does the job, but I am super excited. This is my first ever MacBook Pro. I've had other Mac machines in the past. I've had an M2 MacBook Air. I've got an i7 Intel iMac, but this is my first ever MacBook Pro, and I'm super excited to see how good this is in terms of performance versus the rest. So as ever, it comes with a pull tab. We pull it. This is quite heavy. This is quite heavy. It's actually very cold to touch. Let's open this in a bit. Let's see what else is in the box. Keep this in there. I'm super excited for this actually. This is the color-coded braid. It's a black color braid. I wanted a black braid for so many years, and finally Apple have provided this one. So that's really good. Actually, I'm more excited about the black braid than the MacBook Pro itself. And it's the MagSafe charger. It does look really nice. And we got the paperworks. There's no Apple stickers in them, but that's fine. I don't know what the use is for the Apple stickers. You get the standard white plugs. I wish they made this black color because that would have been super nice. Maybe I'll just put some coloring or whatever to match it as black. And because this is the M4 Pro version, we get the 96 voltage charger. So that's super cool. So you got the 96 voltage charger with the M4. So if you get the base version, you only get the 70 watts or something like that. But the M4 Pro and then the Pro Max get the bigger one free of charge. So this is the standard Apple bricks. So that's really nice. Put them on here. There's nothing else in the box. So it's very easy. So it's all just paper. Peel it off. Be careful not to drop it. This is cold to touch. It's really good. It's cold to touch. You've got the MacBook Pro engraved in it. It's really nice actually. It feels really good. The best thing about these are the ports. There's just so many ports. I mean, compared to the M2, I mean, touching this, the M2 actually, it's not cold to touch. So this is really good. But if you look at the ports here on both sides, if I put this correctly, here we go. You can see that. I'll show another angle in terms of size difference. So size difference in terms of 13-inch and a 14-inch, and this is the midnight blue color on the M2, and then you've got the space black on the MacBook Pro. The M4 Pro actually comes with the Thunderbolt 5 ports, which is really good. The base version doesn't have that, so be mindful of it when you do buy it. The standard M4 version doesn't come with that. Also a headphone jack for any of the headphone jack lovers. And then you've also got the memory card and HDMI slots, which is really good. The HDMI, if you have an external monitor, you could hook it up without buying any other USB connector hubs. Whereas if you see in the MacBook Air, you've only got the Thunderbolt ports, and that's pretty much it. So more ports are welcome. Awesome. Now I'll get this open. I'll turn it around for you guys. So we'll peel this off. Voila. And that is the MacBook Pro version. I'm just going to open this and go through the initial setup. The first thing I see is the screen is actually really good in this. One thing you should do as soon as you get it is, if you're in the UK, change your language to the English US so that you can get the Apple Intelligence. If you don't,
British English is the main language, press the return key.
there we go. It's already listening to you. So I'm going to use the...
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Okay, I mean, I'm getting told here on what to do, so we'll just press the return key and we'll go through the setup, but there are some things that you should do as soon as you get the laptop, things like the language settings, things like the mouse trackpad. I'll do another video on some of the things that you should do on day one to make better use out of your device, or get it spec'd up to how you want, but this is going to take some time. So I'll come back as soon as I set this up. So that's all set up, but I've not done any of my changes. There are some changes I do on this, but I'll put a separate video on what changes I do to sort of make it best fit for my user case. For example, I'd make changes on the trackpad, I'd make changes on the hotkeys, but I'll put a separate video on all of that in terms of what are the best settings to do on day one. But I just want to, before I end the video, I just want to say why I upgraded to the MacBook Pro when I already have the MacBook Air. The problem with this MacBook Air is it's an 8 GB base version, and I use triple screening. It doesn't really support the three screens. It only supports one external monitor, which was a surprise. I actually found this out after I got it, so I had to use another hub, display link adapters and stuff like that to get that to work. And then also it doesn't, when you're using an external monitor, the quality in that external monitor is also a bit fuzzy. So I'm running a lot of programs on the background to get this to connect to three screens, so the two external monitors, and then also to make the monitors look a bit native. So that's eating up a lot of RAM. And in terms of RAM management on the 8 GB, it's quite bad. But when it comes to the Pro version, obviously it supports minimum 2 external screens out of the box. Apple are finally kind enough to give us a 16 GB RAM, which is really good, but I've gone with the 24 because I always want to do one up on what Apple is giving, so I've gone with 24 GB of RAM. And also I don't need to worry about running a lot of the softwares in the background, just so that it can fit my workflow in terms of multiple screens. So I'm already going to save a lot on the RAM management. And it's got ProMotion. It's just a better chip, better device overall, and I think this is going to be really good for my new lifestyle, which is editing videos and uploading videos and using Final Cut Pro and stuff like that, which I don't think the old one can handle. Anyway, I'll leave you guys to that, but do sub to the channel and like if you want to see more content from the M4 Pro. Until I see you in the next video, take care.